18 right there. Yep. Then they threw the extra little 6, 7 on there to make interest off the loan. Yep. Fuck you, motherfuckers,
then you got tax from all 3 organizations as well. So that's what. No. In Wisconsin is like 5.7%. Yeah. 5, 10. That's 15%. On top of your interest. Now, but you got assholes saying that Deuteronomy is not a prophetic book. That doesn't make any sense because that's happening right now. That nigga that said that shit is living this curse.
Exactly.
When you read the 15th verse, tell you that alone tell you it's a prophecy. Because if you do this, then this will happen. But if you do this, that will happen.
Now look at your state. You know what I'm saying? Like, is you living in your own reality, motherfucker?
But that's Jake for you. They'll say something, but they'll never back it up with any factual evidence. That's crazy.
He shall be the head, and ye shall be the tail. That's all.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 5. It says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night. So we is not like these motherfuckers out here. All right.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like these motherfuckers, man. We have a whole totally different spirit, a whole totally different way of manner and how we conduct ourselves. And we lead this motherfucker. I be out in the street. That's how we conduct ourselves different.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's the wisdom and the knowledge, man. Like we were reading about earlier, the light that shineth. That light is the law, statutes, and commandments of the scripture, and the wisdom and that knowledge. So when you look at us, you're not supposed to be saying, "Oh, them niggas," or them deadbeats, or however you look at us in the carnal light. You're supposed to be looking at us like those are the men that have our royalty, and they carry themselves as such because our ancestors carried themselves as such. You know, that's why the scriptures say, "Ask ye for the old past." And the things written aforetime are written for our learning, man. So we can change our mindsets. Because if you are in this truth and you think that you are going to get delivered and still being carnal minded or not trying to transform your mind state, you are as good as food for the fire, man. You might as well just be firewood or chaff. You're not getting in those chairs without changing your mindset, man, without changing your character, without being spiritual, man.
That's it. Because so that's good you saying that, because, man, y'all better listen to this argument, because you can fake it around each other if you want to, but you heard what he just said. That was a wise sentence. You is not getting in no ship with that fucking mindset. Yeah. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, because when you read 1 Corinthians 15 chapter, it says corruption cannot inherit incorruption. And everything about us is corrupted, going down to our brain waves, man. You know, the scripture said creature was created subject to vanity. That's corruption. So if you're trying to get in those chariots, you have to create and adopt a heavenly mindset. And the only way you're gonna do it is by following in fucking order and reading the scriptures, man. Following in order, doing what the fuck you gotta do, and reading the scriptures, man. You're not gonna get it from nowhere else. IUIC ain't got it. You good as destroy with them.
Exactly.
GLCC. You might as well go drown yourself in a fucking lake. ISUBK, you might as well shoot yourself with an AK-47. You know? You out in the world, you're as good as food for the fire. There's nowhere to go. When the scriptures in, can somebody grab me, Sirach 7th chapter? Or is it 2nd Ezra slide? Because when it tells you that there's only one path, that one man can go, one at a time.
I was just about the spirit just said, enter ye into the straight gate.
Come.
Yeah, come.
That's what this is about.
7, what up?
And
7 and so you can really start at. You can start at 6.
Let me get this piece up real quick.
Okay.
This is Matthew 7 and 13. It says, "Enter ye in at the straight gate."
Yeah, straight gate. The word straight, S-T-R-A-I-T, means a position of difficulty. When you come into this truth, it's not a cakewalk. It's not a walk in the park. This ain't no fraternity. This ain't no, oh, I'm chilling. Oh, I got the truth. Fuck everybody else. You have shit that you have to do. You have a responsibility now. You know, you have a responsibility. Like the first scripture we brought out, you have to let your lamp burn. You have to study. You gotta be in order. You got things that you gotta take care of on top of the bullshit you gotta handle in the world. You got responsibilities, man. And your light has to shine so that way you attract other men of understanding. You know how fire attracts the flies.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what you have to be. You know.
Can't have your lamp under the bushel.
Right, and you gonna go through shit, man. You gonna go through shit. Your car gonna break down on you. Your car, all of a sudden, you gonna get all types of demons on your car.
Right, you have no money, all kind of shit.
Right, you got a bag of holes. You gonna put your money into a bag of holes. Your woman is gonna be talking shit. Your family's gonna be talking shit. Your name's gonna be cast out as evil. You're gonna figure out everything that you know and you thought you understood is a damn lie. You gonna have to learn it. You have to humble yourself. You have to learn there's all types of dynamics to being in this truth and just knowing you're an Israelite and knowing that the white man is a devil and something nice to fucking say or nice to know. Like you got guys coming, oh, I just want knowledge. Well, you playing with the wrong shit.
Right, this ain't the knowledge you want.
Right.
Because with this knowledge comes some action behind it. You don't just get this and then you go sit your ass down. No, nigga, you got to get this and now you got to perform.
Because it's a yoke.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a yoke.
It's a chain. It's a chain.
And that motherfucker drown your ass.
Yeah, we had a brother that I was like,
you enter into your house Shai's work, his work. So this is totally entire. This is a different lane, you know.
Yeah, we had a
Red
brother
pill.
that thought like that.
Yeah, red pill, blue pill, you know.
Like it's smooth selling. Ain't shit smooth selling, man.
I just wanted knowledge.
Right.
Well, shit, you found out real quick. You can't just have
Not this one.
You got to do this. You know.
Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And I just gave you 6-7 alternatives to GMS for those of you who don't like GMS or whatever you guys. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but we do have the truth, and we have the proper understanding and breakdowns behind Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Fuck what you talking about. But those other camps that I just named, those other avenues, that's the broad way to destruction, man. Because you're not going to get any type of sound doctrine out of that. You're not going to learn the name.
Nope.
And if you do learn the name, you damn sure ain't going to know what it means. And that's your key to salvation. You're not going to know what the prophecies are in Scripture, why they pertain to you, why Deuteronomy is a prophetic book. You're not going to know the understanding of the Scriptures at all because you're not going to be able to read the law and apply it to your everyday life because you're going to think the book's a fairy tale.
Oh, now you out of there. You out of there, man.
And the Scriptures say through our law, I get understanding. So without knowing the law, you're not going to know why certain situations happen in the Scriptures or why certain prophets said this or did this or why this pertains to you. You know, you damn sure ain't going to know history. You damn sure ain't going to know how to break down the Gentile foreigners, you know, because you're not going to know the history behind the empires and our diasporas, man. You're not going to know any of that. And these are keys to your salvation because these are tools that you need to prove who you are. Without that, you can't lean on DNA. You can't lean on the Christian church. You can't lean on science. The only thing you'll be able to lean on is the Spirit. But you're not going to be able to get the Spirit because you're not going through the straight gate, which are the apostles and elders of the great millstone. That's just what it is.
That's right.
So all of you that's I hate GMS or we gonna
Show us alternative then.
Right.
You hate us so much, show us alternative.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Just like I said about the sign.
Yeah.
If that 12 tribes ain't the 12, fill it in for me.
Yep.
Because I will study what you showing me.
Yep.
But they ain't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that just ain't it. Well, nigga, I studied that. So could you give me something to study?
Right.
That's why I say they shut the doors of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And neither go in themselves.
Go in. Damn.
Yeah,
Damn. Go ahead.
and it
Damn.
fit them perfect. So hey, it is what it is. It says, "Enter ye into the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat."
Many there be that go in thereat. If
So-
this is easy, everybody would do it.
Right. So keep all your likes and all your views.
We don't need.
Right. Keep your likes and your views. I'm thumbing your shit up too, Faye.
Right.
Yeah, now they're gonna be monetizing and shit. It said, verse 14. It says, "Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way."
Narrow is the way, meaning it's gonna be uncomfortable. You know, when you walk in the doorway, you know, and there's too much shit in the doorway, you can barely squeeze past.
Yeah.
That's what this is. It's uncomfortable, and you're gonna have to do a lot of wiggling and adjusting and trying to, and you're gonna have to put in a lot of effort to make it through that doorway, man.
You still gotta perform.
Walking on shattered glass, you know, because you come in the truth when you walking on shattered glass, man.
Yeah, because it's going to be reproving everything that
Right.
you've been taught in the
Shit.
world.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Get ready for having bloody ass feet.
Yeah.
No motherfucking socks and shoes on. You know, see all that damn glass, walk on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's straight gate, man.
Prepare to go through the worst condition spiritually you've ever been through in your life. You're going to prepare to catch pneumonia and frostbite because it's cold.
So,
Yeah, you're going to be scrutinized. You know, hey, the Lord said it. You know, he said it straight up. It says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
See? Few there be that find it. That's the 100. That sounds like that's a specific number, don't it?
Yeah, if it's a few, I mean, shit, it's a number. You right. For it to be a few, it's a number on that motherfucker there.
And out of everyone in the world, that number is chronicled in Revelation, the 7th chapter. So you're not going to get this from IUIC and ISUBK and GOCC and One Body and all that bullshit, man. Because they don't study the scriptures.
just look over.
Revelation, the 7th chapter, tells you that all black people ain't going to be saved. That the whole world ain't going to be saved, man. It's going to be 144,000 and a multitude, man. That's a small number compared to what? How many people are there on the planet? 7 billion people?
The elders just did a lesson on that. They just came out through Esau Media saying that that's how many it is. Elder Lamar did. So Elder Lamar said that's how he know that they watching us. Because why they just came up, it was a documentary he was watching. And it showed, it was the movie that just came out. Go ahead. Because I don't know the name of the movie, so I can't expound on it.
What you're saying, they know who to watch. And they're watching us.
No, it just showed that it is 7 billion. In the movie that Elder Lamar watched, it showed time speeding up. Mm-hmm. And then right when it got to the time where, like now, with our time, but it went, I think, another 10 years past us. Mm-hmm. But right when it hit our time and you synced it, because it said 2020. Yeah. We at 2018. It's at 7.5 billion. So they know. So what the elder's saying about 7 billion, it is. They know it too. That's why I started laughing. Like, hell no, look at this.
So there's a complete number of people on the earth. And then there's going to be a complete number of people that's going to make it out of here. When you do the math, the 144 adds up to 9, which is the number of Yahushua, which is compassion and sacrifice. There's only a certain amount of people that's going to have the integrity to sacrifice themselves for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Yeah.
7,000 who have not bent the knee about the knee.
Yeah. That's why when the guy said yesterday, he was like, I listen to you guys. Okay. We ain't say nothing to him. Yeah. And right before he left, what'd he say? It's 7 of y'all. Yeah. I said, exactly.
And
completion.
He said, thank you.
Right. He said, it's 7 of y'all. I said, exactly. That's completion. Right. He said, thank you, and walked off.
So y'all read, like brother mentioned Revelation 7:1, each tribe is 12,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I got right now.
How you get everybody out of that? How? How?
No, because they like to mix it in with the says a great multitude.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get it. I'm going to the word. This is Revelation 7 and 1. It says, after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the...
Right, the ICBM missile.
Yeah. It says, and so that's how you know they watching us too, because they know when we seal, that's when the destruction comes.
Exactly.
It says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice.
That mark at the why.
To the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants.
Yeah, till we have sealed the servants. So
of our power, of our God in their foreheads.
Yeah. So and that's the name, because that's that breath of life. So, like I said, you're not gonna get the name from them motherfuckers. And if you do, you're not going to know what it means, and you're not gonna know its significance. So without that, you're not gonna have that mark. There's no salvation for you after that.
Well, you know what's so cold? The whole world has taught us that you're supposed to have a mark as a branding to show who you are.
Yeah.
If I'm I'm trying to think of a tool or something. I'm trying the real McCoy. Right. Jake had to do that because you had whites trying to make his invention with them trains, but they kept breaking down. So he stamped his McCoy because that was his name, but he named it the real McCoy.
Right.
Yahweh Shah is stamping us with his approval of his name, so it all runs.
The real Hebrews.
Right. Think about it, because when you want to know a nigga got fake George, what do you look for? I want to see, do it have the right stamps in the right area?
Yeah.
So the angels, the T-1000s, gonna scan your ass, blast them. You ain't got the mark, because the mark come with not just you knowing the name, but you have to have to did the works, because you will have to be that vessel that you spoke about earlier of becoming that new man and renewing yourself. Because you're renewing your mind, that means you're going to get that stamp of approval that Yahweh Shah is approved through you, because you have washed yourself. That's why you say you ain't getting them ships without renewing, and you're going to get that stamp. He approved.
That's what this is about. Getting delivered. Nothing else, nothing less. If you doing something else extra, if you trying to be the man or whatever, you can have that. But you just knowing you're gonna die with that.
Verse 4, it says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of the tribes of the children of Israel."
That's a few. And not only is that a few out of the world, that's a few out of a nation. You know?
So when you go to verse 9, Revelation 7 and 9, it says, "After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds, and people and tongues stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands." And this is the scripture that they used to counter that not just the Israelites going to be saved, but a multitude. That multitude is the Israelites that believe. All right. It says, "And cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb." All right. And all the angels stood round about the throne and about the elders, and the four beasts fell before the throne on their faces and worshiped God. That's a lot.
I had a quick one. This is 2 Ezra 7 and 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. And so you got a pathway that everyone's trying to walk through to get to this golden city, the city of good things, which is the kingdom of heaven. And on the left hand, you got fire, which is destruction. And on the right hand, you got water, which represents deep water, philosophy that you can drown in, which is still destruction. Because you can drown and still die.
Ask everybody before Noah.
Yep.
Yeah, tell.
It says, sorry.
No, I just had a precept to back up that Revelation.
Okay, kind of. It says, "And on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance?" So yeah, this ain't no walk in the park. You're going to go through everything under the sun, man. Just to reach that one goal. But you have to have the mindset that you're going to make it to that city no matter what. So
Okay, I see now.
everything that you go through, you can't take this personally. You can't get offended. You can't be emotional, because everything that you're going to get that's going to happen to you is going to be a trial. That's why the scriptures say that and his elect shall be tried as gold in the fire. So you have to actually go through these things and have to be able to shoot straight and have your mind on your eye on the prize, man. Have a one-track mind to get into that city, that kingdom, Because without that, we're not gonna have any glory, And if we got 143,000 pushing to go to that city, and the other nigga that need to go there, he just lollygagging, we ain't gonna ever get there. Everybody got to put in the same effort, man.
Or he just get replaced.
Right, or get replaced.
Yeah, so this is 2 Ezra 2 and 40, just to edify the point in Revelation 7.
Well, I had that. I'm sitting here with it. I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, so we won't lose that point, and people be like, "Oh, they ain't said nothing about
Exactly,
that."
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's why I made that comment behind the camera, like, oh, I see now.
yeah, kind of. So 2 Ezra 2 and 40, it says, "Take thy number, O Sion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord."
Mm-hmm.
So the same that was clothed in white linen in Revelation 7
Okay.
is Sion. All right.
Yep.
It says the number of thy children whom thou longest for. So the number of the children, all right, is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed. I ever saw upon the Mount Sion a great people. So Mount Sion, all right, a great people whom I could not number. See, and in the multitude, when Revelation 7 and Salak, it says 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which
That's
no man could number.
Exactly.
All right. So that number is. I'm gonna go back to 2 Ezra 2 and 42.
Yeah, you gotta drive that point home.
God, it says, I Ezra saw upon the Mount Sion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs.
Yep. And if I could say something real quick, going back to what I was saying earlier about not being able to get the knowledge from anywhere else, you have to know history to truly understand this point. You know, because it says a great multitude, right? You have to understand who the multitude is, where they came from, and why there is a multitude.
The spoilers, you said. I'm saying it wrong.
The diasporas.
Yeah.
You have to know why there's a multitude. If you're not into studying the history, and all these other camps, I'm sorry to say it, you're not going to learn what that is.
Nope.
So this is not going to make sense to you.
Well, that's why prophecy is important.
Kind of.
This is Isaiah 11. This is Isaiah 11 and 10. It says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek." All right.
That root is Yahweh Shai. You know.
And his and the Gentiles is the foreign Israelites. The Hebrew word there is gar. All right. So it's talking about the foreign Israelites that were diaspora, the ones that were casted off. It says, "And his rest shall be glorious, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar."
Now you read this, right? And people love to read the book of Acts, right? But when you read the book of Acts, the first chapter, the second chapter, it tells you that all those men from those different lands were speaking in their own language, right? But guess what? They were Israelites, because you go back to this verse; these are all the same lands from that Acts chapter 2, man. You know, this is why they came from those different lands.
It says, "And from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea." So Israel spread. It says, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth." So that's the mixed multitude. I mean, the multitude which cannot be numbered. And if you understand the parable of the prodigal